Why, hello. You're listening to Questboard, a podcast where we make up random side quests. My name is Brandon.
And I'm Tiffany. Just so you know, we are not professional writers in any way, shape, or form. At least we definitely don't claim to be. We just really like tabletop RPGs and we do this for fun.
We are professional podcasters instead, right?
I don't know if we'd be professional yet. I think you actually have to get paid to actually be considered professional.
Well, in the future, we are professional.
We do podcasting
Right
for
now, we're
fun
not getting
too.
paid for this.
No, but I'm still having a good time. I'm getting paid and fun.
Well, I'm glad you're having a good time. And let's have a good time with our amazing prompt that we're going to have this time, right? Sending
Oh,
good
yeah.
vibes, and it's not going to be a horrible one that we're going to be stuck on.
There are no bad prompts. You know that.
Tin Pot. It would be always my bane. I would love to do an episode where we just try to revisit Tin Pot.
I'd rather not.
Oh, what happened to there's no bad?
I didn't say it was bad. It was just difficult.
When we get better.
Yeah,
When we get better.
maybe.
We'll never be better, but when we get better,
I
we'll
don't. I
revisit Tin
feel like
Pot.
we can get better at this.
Okay, we'll just find out. You got dice?
I got him. Well, actually, before I say anything, do you want to guess as to
Oh, I forgot.
what the number could be?
Uh, hmm. I'm going to say 19.
You got the ones column right. This week's number is 69.
Oh my god. Can we just name this episode Nice?
I think we have to.
It'll be so confusing, but
Or it's the description.
you know what? Yeah, maybe it'll just be description. This is a long one. Open-minded and discreet healer wanted. Must interview. Despite the suspicious wording, the job is treating people from discriminated against ancestries or with embarrassing deformities that have been prosecuted, passed over, or financially exploited by other healing organizations. The pay is low, but you make solid allegiances. Word of your kindness spreads among the hidden, downtrodden, and you may find welcome far away.
Okay, so this is just a regular job post.
Well, one, I feel like this would be in a tavern or a location that's like very like slums or like a shabby
Yeah.
location.
Definitely. And also probably in a particularly racist region.
No, it depends on like the setting for the game master.
That's true. But I know like some races will tend to discriminate against others and things like that. But this is basically a job opening for a healer who, you know, will help anyone.
Yeah, but like I think one of the difficulties about this, like it's a solid like thing, but for like adventurers that just are wanderers,
Yeah.
this is very much more of like a rooted job.
Right? That one's
How do
interesting.
we
That's
appeal
not
to like the
something.
sense of being an adventurer with this?
Hmm. Yeah, there's not much adventure in hanging out at a hospital helping people.
No. Okay. What about this? What if it's kind of like the traveling apothecary kind of thing, where they
Ooh.
are members of this organization in which they travel slash gather like medicinal herbs or anything like that, and do like quick delivery of like medicine or just like one or two treatments while they're in the town. Kind of thing,
Mhm.
like have it like a kind of like a thief guild kind of thing, where it's a very underground kind of networking system,
Gotcha,
and
gotcha.
you could go to have this like as a back burner side quest that takes span over many different cities.
Okay. It kind of reminds me of I don't exactly remember the series of books it was from, where these people called Tinkers. They would travel around in little wagons that were basically like a little house on wheels and fix things. They could fix just about anything. They were, handymen. The women would also fix things like, mending clothes and stuff like that, but they could fix just about anything. And so they would just roll into town and everybody would bring broken stuff to them for them to fix. And then they'd roll on out of town.
Yeah, like that, but more underground railroady.
Yeah. So this could be more like a traveling healer that is looking for maybe a few extra hands and the rest of the
I thought it
party.
was like
Oh,
I was having the mindset of like it's not like you're the parties with the traveling healer. It's like this is like them joining an organization that
oh, gotcha.
the organization is just has a bunch of different locations and they just could pop
Right.
in whenever they want to help with the cause.
Okay, okay. So it's more. Oh, I
This
see
is
what you
very
mean by
much a
thieves guild now.
passive quest.
Yes. So every time they visit a new town, they find the healers from this group in that town. Be like, hey, if you need us,
Yeah,
you got
like
us.
it's like just like one of those like sigils where it's just like clearly like this is one of like this organization. You know that if you're of a specific race or deformity that you'll actually get treatment there and all that
Right.
stuff.
Okay.
Away from prying eyes of the guards, you know, kind of
Yeah.
thing. But they're good
Okay.
people,
And it's
obviously.
not necessarily like, it says discriminated against ancestries or with embarrassing deformities.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily being racist. It's also people not understanding, oh, it's just a deformity. It's not a disease you can catch.
I think that's like xenophobia or something like that.
I thought that one was being racist.
Well, it's like everything that's against like you, that's not you
Gotcha.
kind of thing. So any
Okay.
deformity I would consider not you. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know.
Closed-minded people.
Yeah.
I mean, but then like what is the quest? Like, yeah, it's cool to actually I think this would be great just to add more depth into your world, especially
Yeah.
if this is a homebrew. But what kind of like quest?
Whatever town they're in where they find this posting, um, they go and visit the place. What's the organization called?
Oh yeah, let's actually come up with the name of the organization.
I do people names.
I know, right?
Um, the open hand? I don't know. I'm looking up a list right now.
Okay. I right now all I did this is one of my things I do for like tabletop fantasy names. I go on Google and I then go to Google Translate, type in a
Hmm.
word that's like kind of the meaning I want, and then I will scroll through all like random languages until I find something that's like sounds cool.
I just went to a place that gives healing business name ideas.
Is there an actual list for that?
Uh-huh. Got 3 pages. But I think I found one that I kind of like. Unless you found one that you like. You can go first.
Okay, this is a part of a word. So possibly it's anak.
Ooh.
N-A-A-N-A-K. Anak.
Okay.
And that's based off of the Khmer language, which is the main language in Cambodia.
Nice.
It's my go-to language.
It's a pretty cool
But it
language.
means healer. The part of the word, so the full word is Anak Pinya Bel. I'm so sorry. But that meaning healer. So I'm just grabbing that beginning part. So Anak.
Okay.
That's my suggestion.
That could also be a
Character name.
it could be a character name. It could also be like a title. Be like, the lead Anak.
Anyways, what
Uh,
is yours?
Paradigm of Wellness.
They sound like they're full of themselves.
Okay, fine. I mean, there's also all round health, synergy of health.
These sounds like health programs you would find at a company.
It's exactly what this list is for.
We're not like the corporate shills.
Okay,
Well,
so a knack is cool. So
it's
you said it
it's a
meant healer?
it's a part of the word from Khmer that means healer.
Part of a word from where that means healer. So I feel like it does need a second part.
Anak Guild. I mean, if you got a
Now
better
I'm
one.
now I'm translating into another language because it's fun.
I mean, yeah. I think it's really interesting, like just to have just other languages be fancy.
How about gremio?
What say that again?
Gremio.
Gremio.
Yeah, Gremio. It is Spanish for guild.
Anak Gremio. Actually, that doesn't sound bad.
Yeah. Spanish is usually my go-to.
I mean, I think it's too close to like in the US where it's just like, oh, that's just, Spanish for this. when
Yeah.
I choose like more obscure languages, then it's like, oh, that sounds so foreign and fantasy and all that stuff. Like, yeah, it's a real word.
Yeah, sometimes if I really want an interesting word, I go through, I always say it wrong, Tagalog? Tagalog?
I actually don't know that one.
That's the language that is most commonly spoken in the Philippines.
Nice.
Yep, I randomly stumbled across it back in my youth, and now I know a lot of Filipino people.
You know what's funny? Like we say that like we use these like words that mean like has that meaning we want in their
Mhm.
language, but I'm sure we butcher how to pronounce it so badly that it's not even considered their language anymore.
Right? So I apologize for my accent if you actually do speak the language that I am trying to speak.
Yeah.
I did take Spanish though. I took Spanish 1 in high school.
Oh, I took 2 years of Spanish, and I only know KOS,
I learned how to knit.
which means what time is it?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I actually understood that, I think.
You
Maybe.
think?
I think.
I don't remember anything from Spanish class.
Yeah, not much. I still knit though.
Anyways, back to the actual quest.
So, you said there were two A's in that?
ANAK.
Oh, ANAK. So, Anak Gremio.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the name of the whole organization, and they find.
I think this would be a great way, just like if the dungeon master wants to use this as a way to start a lot of other quests just to
Yeah.
be a part of this organization.
Mm-hmm.
That
I
would
was
be like a really helpful thing. But do we want to think of like some kind of quest line that will involve the organization?
Well, originally where I was going when I asked for a name for the organization was they get to whatever town they're in and they find this posting, and what the person's really looking for, what they're actually like wanting someone to do because they don't have much other contact, is to investigate why the guild that they were communicating with in the next town over has stopped communicating.
Hmm.
So, if the players are already a part of the guild once they reach this town, this person will be like, "Hey, so, my fellow guildmate in the next town over, who we openly communicate with back and forth, has stopped sending messages. I can't leave. I gotta help people here. Can you go take a look?"
Okay. Do we want a healing themed crisis?
That's probably a necessity for this one, I feel like.
Okay. I mean,
This would be
we could go
really good.
pandemic route.
Oh, it's totally pandemic. But this would be really good for a campaign where all the players are healers.
Yeah.
It's
I
like
mean, it doesn't
everyone's a
even have
healer
to
in
be
some
like
aspect.
a healing class, but just like backgrounds of like apothecaries
Yeah.
or anything like that.
Yeah.
But a standard party wouldn't do that.
Nope. But it would be interesting because everyone could just take care of themselves and nobody would have to be like, oh man, now I gotta heal you again.
That suddenly remind me of a meme I saw online about D&D 5th edition, where it's like warlocks, and the party's like, DM's like, okay, what classes are you guys playing? And they're like, we're playing warlocks, all warlocks. Okay, who's your patron? Each other. What? We gain our power through the power of friendship.
Oh my gosh. By your powers combined, I'm Captain Planet.
I don't think they said that, but I'm like, that would be like one step away from that.
You're right.
I think the
Oh,
only
no.
equivalent thing to that is like having the oath, like for paladins, is the oath of
Yeah.
friendship with each other.
Actually, I feel like Captain Planet is more like the patron to all those kids.
You know what? Now that you said that, I think he's the great old one,
Yeah.
great old one patron.
He is Mother Earth.
He's evil. Those kids sold their
No.
souls to Captain Planet.
No. He's just trying to protect the
He
planet.
took the kids' souls.
I think they still have souls. I mean, one of them literally talks about love
He
all
own
the time.
he owns their souls. That's warlocks.
No, they just devote themselves to him.
It
That's a
sounds
character.
like you are trying to get people to sell their souls.
I'm very much not. That would be rude.
Unless it's through friendship with each other, obviously.
There'll be no soul selling here, thank you.
What were we talking
So,
about?
So there's a pandemic, maybe causing the other healing place to have lost contact.
Uh, okay, let's say do you, I think this might be low hanging fruit, but yeah, obviously like kind of like a pandemic that's starting in this village, and the one member, not village, but like let's say village,
Yeah, it's probably a village.
and so then it would be like the one member of the Enoch Guild. Uh, I already forgot the Spanish word for a guild. Uh,
Gremio.
Gremio. The one member of the Enoch Gremio, they're trying to keep the virus or the plague to actually get out of the village.
Yeah, they're trying
So
to
they're
keep it
trying their
from.
best to not spread it to other villages or towns or cities.
Which is why they're not sending a runner
Yeah.
or sending a message, because anyone who comes in contact could be contaminated.
And I think a village is like small enough and probably like maybe this is a village filled with like the unwanted races or deformed people that's like is very much off the map kind of thing.
Okay, yeah, it could be like a
And
refuge
so
type
that they can
village.
actually be like one somewhat cooperative with the member,
Mm-hmm.
and two where basically like there's some danger of it spreading, but it's like it's not terribly like so because a lot of people like the racist people wouldn't go there.
Right. Maybe it's a town actually created by Anacremio.
Yeah, like under this guise as a regular just like
Right. You'd
to
think it was just a regular town, but
yeah,
as you
like
walk through, you realize this is all the discriminated against type of people.
yeah, like it's
It's
like a
happy.
lumber town so that they could like provide work for like those kind of people.
Right.
But then, oh my God, think of the implications of like the masses of racist people like refusing to buy timber from them.
Well, they don't have to know where it came
Or,
from.
or it would be like there are some members of that guild that are the front runners that sell the lumber
Yeah.
so that they have no idea.
Right. So no one knows where it comes from, and you know what? It's just wood. It doesn't matter who it came from.
To racist people, it does matter.
I know, they're so annoying.
Wood
It's like,
is
what are you
wood.
racist against trees?
Yes. I
It's like,
hate,
wood
we,
is wood. It doesn't change.
Tiffy, we hate Trents. That's a race of tree people.
I love trees, though.
Okay, Druid, calm down.
I think, when I played a druid, I felt probably the most at home playing that character.
Oh,
And then the next time I played a ranger, I essentially turned that ranger into a druid.
I felt most at home with the sorcerer that lied to everyone and betrayed the group.
Wow.
I'm kidding.
That says a lot about you, you know.
That I lie a lot? Yes, I lie all the time. I tell everyone I'm fine, but I'm not.
Aw.
Oh, is he
Don't make
joking
me
or is he
pity you.
crying for help?
Aw.
Anyways, back on cart.
Okay, so plague in town that people don't really even know about, so the only reason that the party finds out about them is through that contact.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right. So if the
Um.
party goes to the town, it's like I'm kind of imagining the town has like, a wall around it, maybe just made out of wood, kind of like a fort. It's
I
more
think
like
it's
a
like a
fort town.
palisade. I think that's what it's
Palisade.
called, where it's just like
Yeah,
beams of lumber that's just sticking out of the ground, as if
exactly.
where
Kind of
it
like
doesn't have anything to walk on, basically, on the
right.
defending side.
Yes, that. So it has a wall like that, and there'll be, they won't be admitted in. And if they like knock or something or find contact of any sort, someone will from inside be like, "Hey, don't come in here. There's a plague."
On the gate will be "Don't open, dead inside."
Oh gosh.
Shout out to The Walking Dead.
Uh, Probably though. Or although it'll actually say, "Don't open plague inside."
No, I was just making Walking Dead reference. I don't
Oh,
think
I
we
know. I'm
should
aware
do
of that
that.
reference. I don't do Walking Dead. Sorry. I
I
tried.
I only watched like 3 seasons, then it
I watched
wasn't good
one
after.
episode. I can't handle zombies.
Well, at least you tried it.
I was also told that's the episode that has the most zombies in it. So,
It does, yeah. But anyways, do you want like how are we gonna have the plague solved?
they need some form of medicine, maybe.
But then it's like, yeah, okay, first off, what is the guild member's name that's in that town? One, town name, and two, the guild member that's in that town.
I said the town name is Haven because it is a haven for. They totally would name it something like that.
Okay, town name is Haven.
Yeah.
Okay, who is the guild member inside Haven?
Oh, I don't want to use this name, but it's yelling at me. His
I
name
know
is
that words could
Lenny.
yell at you.
Lenny Kramer.
I I
No,
want to
not
make
Lenny.
fun of that name, but
Yeah.
I can't. I'm not sure how I would make fun of that name.
Are we gonna use Lenny?
No, if I would like me making fun of it or not, we could still use Lenny.
Okay.
But it's okay. It sounds like I'm picturing like a scrawny, just like pasty young kid who's like
Yeah.
17 or something like that.
Maybe he's the healer's assistant because the healer actually died.
Oh, and he's just panicking.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's the most learned person about healing in the town.
Okay, let's make it sad where it's his older brother.
Oh, come on. That's even. Yeah. Yeah, that's probably good.
We have to have
Terrible.
emotions in our stories. Come on. It's sad, but that's the point. You have to drive in how bad it is for these people and for the members of this guild. Give them personalities. Give them hardships.
All right. And the person who sent you on the quest to, like, check up on people
Okay.
is Medea Rojas.
Their mother.
Quite possibly, actually. Oh, man. You just made this so much worse.
We have to add depth. Come on.
Wait, how does Lenny Kramer have a different name than Medea Rojas?
She's using her maiden name.
Or it's Lenny Rojas, which actually I feel like fits a little better.
Okay, Lenny Rojas.
All right, so Lenny.
I'm just saying, I know that's like, it's really sad to think about all that stuff, but that's how you add depth into characters.
Right?
Because not everything's all like happy-go-lucky or anything like that.
Do we need to name the older brother now too?
Just pick a random first name.
Ivan.
Ivan the Terrible. Okay. I don't feel as bad anymore.
No, Ivan just died. Anyway, so Lenny is doing the best he can to keep this town alive, but he's run out of basically anything and everything medical related because everyone got sick at the same time, and supplies aren't coming in because he can't get a message out to say, "Hey, we need supplies."
Yeah. So the
he doesn't-
question is like, is it going to be like the party needs to go out and find something special? Like, will this turn into a fetch quest?
It's totally going to be a fetch quest.
Okay, so this is like the episode where we had to like kill something to create a illness so that the person doesn't have to deal with their mother-in-law.
Yeah, except it's the opposite, where we just got to find something to create a medicine to get rid of an illness.
Yeah, basically it's that, but the opposite. So what do we
So-
want to be the cure?
A flower that only grows on cliffs.
Why do I feel like I should know that reference?
Did you ever watch? Oh crap! What was that movie called?
It sounds
Oh,
oddly
no.
familiar.
I forgot the name of the movie.
Describe the movie real quick.
Animals that wear clothes, and humans started like gassing their forest, and
I was about to say
group
Zootopia, but it's like
of children was like, there's a group of kids and an old guy. They're all animals. The old guy's I think a badger or something. And there's like the little girl in the group of kids gets really sick from the gas.
oh, that
So the rest of
animated. It's a 2D
Yeah.
anime. I know exactly what scene
The
you're
rest of the
talking
kids
about.
have to go and get the specific flower to create the medicine to cure her.
I know what movie you're talking about. I don't know the name of that movie. I
Aw,
saw
man.
it once when I was like 7 or 6.
Yeah,
I
watched
know
it a few
exactly what
times,
you're talking about though.
right?
Oh man, I didn't think that. I haven't thought of that movie in so long. That was a
Found
well
it.
animated movie.
I found it. Once Upon a Forest.
You know, let us know if you actually watched that movie.
Yeah.
If you're around our age.
Let's see. It came out
If
in
you're also a
1993.
millennial.
Yeah.
An aging millennial.
Oh. Yeah, it came out in 1993. So,
I was 1 years old.
aw, little baby.
Right? Anyways. Do we want to actually do a flower that's only grown on cliff sides?
I don't know. I feel like that would be a fun callback to Once Upon a Forest.
Such obscure callback, but okay.
You never know.
Uh,
Well, can you think of anything
then
else that would be a better cure for a plague?
that's I know that's just like usually plague stories in tabletop RPGs is just a simple fetch quest.
Yeah. There could be a couple of things they have to get.
Okay, a multi-step fetch quest. It's still fetch quest.
I'm aware. But
Uh, yeah, most
unless
of the
they
time,
need to like find a healer that can perform a specific ritual.
no, because we're having Lenny direct them.
Okay.
So it's like I could say like his brother was using this kind of plant, this flower that only grows on like cliff sides, and they
Also,
ran out like 2 weeks ago.
I had a thought. The way Lenny is contacting them, because he can't talk to them directly, he could be infected and he wouldn't know, and
He's
he might get
yelling
them
over the
infected.
palisade.
I was thinking he was using a spell, like message or something.
I okay, either that or he's just yelling over the wall.
Or he's just yelling really loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just yelling. It's like he's up on like a platform that's near the top of the wall, and he's got like one of those cone things that cheerleaders use, and he's just like, "Hey, can you help us? We need a
No,
specific
I
flower."
think in the beginning he'll be like, "Go away."
Oh yeah, get out of here! There's plague in town.
It will be after he finds out that they're also part of the same guild. The party is a part of the
Yeah,
same guild. Then he's like, then he'll be opening up about what's actually going on.
yeah. Be like, "Oh, so I need a flower."
Is this his official voice?
Oh, it's totally my official voice. Yeah.
Okay, I will isolate that.
Oh my gosh. So yeah,
Create
so
a compilation of all your silly voices.
actually that would be hilarious. So what is the name of the flower? What does it look like? What are we looking for here?
Okay, Google Translate. Camposa. Kamposa.
Okay.
I'm still on Khmer, and so that means heights.
Heights. Okay. There is flowers that do grow on cliffs.
Yeah, but fancy.
I mean, fantasy can also include a little bit of reality
True.
because there is a type of flower. Let's see first. It's called a thrift. It is cushion-like bunches of rounded pink flowers. They're common sight on coastal cliffs, shingle beaches, and sand dunes.
Can we get better sounding flower?
Okay.
And no offense to it,
Something.
but thrifts is not as
Okay, how about
impactful for a solvent for a disease. You know what I mean?
golden samphire?
You see, now that's a better sounding name. It has
I think
such more
because it just looks like a
impact.
bush. It looks like a dandelion. I don't know. Let's see. What do we got here? Oh, okay, that just did a thing on me. Sorry.
You know, I
There's
did a campaign where I couldn't think of a flower, so then I just said Nirnroot from Elder Scrolls.
nice.
And I just described the same thing. It's just, but doesn't generate that buzzing noise from Elder Scrolls 4.
All right. So, golden samphire is a perennial coastal species which may be found growing on salt marsh or sea cliffs in Europe. It creates kind of a bush-like shape and then has these like spiny yellow flowers that grow on the top. They're kind of cool
You
looking.
know what we could do?
Huh.
This could be a lumber town that's near the coast,
Yeah.
and we could have them collect moss on the coastal cliffs.
Why moss?
Because recently you sent me a comic that
Oh.
I've already read before.
I couldn't remember if I'd showed you that yet, okay?
You showed that to me multiple times, and you even showed me the video about the like a dubbed version of it.
I find it funny.
Context for the people listening. There's a comic that Tiffany really likes about these creatures arguing about sorting moss. One likes it by taste, and the other one by color.
Will I sort the moss by color? It's really good. It's funny. And whoever made the video does really cute little voices. I'll
And
stop
so
sending you
that
the
moss
random
was on
moss
that was
collector video.
because of that the moss was on my brain. That's why I'm like, you know what, let's if it's like a coastal thing, it means it's very humid. So then moss would grow on there. So then let's have them collect moss.
Okay, have them collect moss. It could be. Let's see.
And
What
you
kind
don't
of
have to
moss
come up with
grows
the
on the
name
coast?
because Lenny could just say, go to the the cliff sides east of here or wherever, and along that cliff sides, you would like halfway down, you will find like sporadic clusters of moss that you need to collect.
Yeah, but there's really cool names for moss too.
Okay, what?
Give me a sec. Oh, I mean, there's sea moss. No, I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, it's like old man's beard or something like that. But that one grows in forests.
Old man's beard.
Yeah, it's a type of moss. It hangs from trees and looks like an old man's beard.
Back then, they had the best naming conventions.
I really did. Old man's beard moss. Yeah, it's super like wispy and then it just gets long and hangs down. You could do that.
Okay,
Like, in order to cure this illness, we need an old man's beard. Wait, what? You need us to go cut a beard off an old man? No, no. We need old man's
I thought you
beard.
said you were healers. You should know what the moss is.
Yeah.
Can we do we still because I kind of want to still put it on a cliffside
Yeah.
because it's like now we're not gonna toss a monster, but we're tossing just a challenge
Okay, how
where they
about
figure out how to safely navigate a cliffside to collect moss. Because I think that also adds like interesting difficulty rather than just tossing enemies at them.
how about the only place it grows anywhere near the village is on a row of trees that hang out over a cliff and they either have to scale the trees and get it or some other way of getting it.
Okay. Just some sense of danger. I just want
Yeah.
something like that other than, oh, let's just toss an owl bear or something, you know?
Yeah.
I
So
want something different.
this could also be up to the game master in that it could be a flower that grows on the cliff somewhere and they have to scale the cliff to get it, or it could be moss that grows on a cliff somewhere like or it could not be a cliff. It could be something else dangerous. Yeah.
Words that are hard, yes.
Dangerous. Like the lair of a beast or something like that. Like they got to get a plant that grows in a dangerous place is what
It's
I'm getting at.
located in a riddled filled dungeon known as the Sphinx.
Let's not go back to that, please.
We have to tie in our episodes together. Clearly,
Fine. It's in the lair of a leprechaun.
the lair of leprechaun.
Yeah.
Actually,
they
you
totally have layers.
you encounter the same forest hag as you do that directs you to the whereabouts of the leprechaun. She sells you the moss.
I mean, she could. You happen upon a wandering trader who also just so happens to be selling the moss you're looking for. Odd. No, I got another one.
You meet a man that has
I
purple
know where
pants
the
and
moss
green
grows.
polka dots, and he just so happened to win moss recently at a poker tournament.
I know where the moss grows. The reason it's called Old Man's Beard.
Oh god, what?
It only grows on the faces of treants.
Oh, now that okay, that is actually good. I just said I didn't want to toss monsters at him, but that's too good.
Treants don't have to be evil.
I mean, yes, you can negotiate with them, but the party's probably just going to fight them.
Yeah.
But
So yeah,
that's
in
way
this
too
world-
good.
It only grows on treants. And that's why it's called Old Man's Beard, because it looks like a beard on them.
If I ever put treants in a future game, I have to have that.
Moss beard.
Oh man, that's way too good.
Oh, you're welcome. That's
Anyways.
my one good idea for the day.
Gather moss, take it back to the village. He says that it should be enough to hold them out. They just need time for everyone to get better. Then you report
Right.
back to his mother about the situation, and
Let her
then
know one of her sons died.
yeah,
Or maybe Ivan's not dead. Maybe he's just incapacitated by the plague.
no, he dead.
Okay.
We still have to have drama. I'm sorry.
Wait, almost dying is still drama.
You know what? DM's decision.
Yeah, true. Yeah. DM's choice. If you're not comfortable with Ivan being dead, he can just be incapacitated by the plague.
Anyways, whatever you deem as the reward, because this doesn't say any reward, because this is just joining a actual guild. Yeah, I don't know how far ahead, far into being in this
I don't,
guild that you'll get this quest, but it's something.
it does say the pay is low.
Well, that's just in general. For
Yeah,
also, this implies a rooted job, and we determined not to have that.
true. That's right.
Also, that's like compensation for you to, like going from city to city to helping people / carrying supplies or anything like that.
Well, probably when you get back and tell Medea that, hey, here's what's going on, here's why you haven't been getting any information, she'll be very thankful that you've brought her this information and possibly pay you in health potions of some sort.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, I think it could also be paid in like goods, like that,
Yeah,
which
doesn't have to be
they're
money.
expensive. Health potions are expensive.
Uh-huh.
5th edition is. Anyways, if you enjoyed that, if you put this in your campaign, let us know on Twitter at QuestboardPod. Or if you have any of your own suggestions, let us know on the same platform. I think with that, I wish you all good night.
And happy questing.